Hey there, Michael Griffiths here, founder of Referral Marketing Guru, and welcome to this week's Get More Referrals Today podcast. Today, I want to talk about leads, but more in particular, what actually is a lead? Because I think right now, majority of people in business don't see leads as the right thing. They actually think that a lead is something completely different to what actually a lead really is. So I want to dive into it. I want to change the way that you think about leads, and I want to therefore hopefully help you convert more leads because you're going to see them in a completely different light to probably how you do right now. But before we dive into that, as always, if this is the first time you're joining us, welcome. So great to have you along. If you're a long-time listener, welcome back. Every single week, we want to bring you ways to be able to grow your business, to be able to make more impact by you being able to reach more people, help more people, bring more clients on, and in the end, create not only the impact, but the meaning, the freedom, the wealth that you set out to be able to do within your business. So hit that subscribe button, leave a review. If you've got any questions throughout any of the podcasts, or you want us to dive into anything specific for you, shoot me an email, support@michaelgriffiths.com.au, and we'll make sure that we do that for you. So let's get into today. Today is about leads, and in particular, what is a lead? I think you've got to understand, firstly, that a lead is just simply somebody who in that point in time believes that you have the ability to make their life better, to be able to solve the pain that they've got right now. So let me give you a couple of different examples. So let's just go, for example, that the fridge broke. So I go to one of the stores that are close by. I might go up to the super center. And at the super center, there's like home appliance stores, there's big Harvey Normans, there's 3 or 4 different places that I could get this fridge from. So I walk into one. I'm a lead. Doesn't mean I'm going to buy. Doesn't mean I'm going to buy that from you. Doesn't mean that in the end I am anything other than just simply interested in being able to solve the pain point that I believe I have right now. And that pain point is my fridge isn't working, or the food's going to go off. Depending on the pain point and how big it is, then also depends on how fast I move to get a solution. See, we're really big on these 3 C's. The first thing that someone has to do is be compelled. So they have to themselves go, this is what I believe that I need, and therefore they put up their hand to say, I'm going to go searching for that solution. Now, whether that is walking into a store to be able to buy a fridge, I've now compelled myself to go and find a solution. Whether that is to get my books done, and I compel myself to go and find now a bookkeeper. Whether that is I've got a tax problem or I need tax returns done. So now I'm compelled to go and find an accountant. Maybe it's I want to be able to use the profits of my business better, and I want to be able to create future wealth. I now maybe go find a financial advisor. My business isn't growing the way I want. I don't understand marketing. You then go compel yourself to find a solution. I'd really like to be able to bounce ideas off someone, get some direction. You now are in the market to find a business coach. That first part is just simply that. So somebody, if your business is doing the right thing, is now filling in some information, their name, their email, maybe a phone number, and they're simply just saying to you, I believe I have this pain point. Now, can I see whether you have a solution or not? Doesn't mean that they're going to buy. Doesn't mean that they're even along the path of buying. We talk all the time that there's sort of 3 different types of people. There's the red people. I believe I've got the pain point, but it's just not a priority for me to get fixed right now. I'm just sort of looking around. There's the yellow people. I've got the pain point. It's sort of a priority. I've just got some roadblocks or obstacles before I'm actually going to do anything about it. And then there's the green people. I've got the pain point. It is a priority. I want to see whether your solution is what I'm looking for. See, we treat every single lead as a green person, as if they're ready to be able to jump out of their skin and give you their credit card and buy from you. The simple fact is there's like 2% of green people at any given time in your pipeline. That's it. But if you treat them as green people, you're going to get really disappointed. And I think that's a huge problem that people in business have. That they treat every single person that simply gives them a name or an email or phone number as, yes, this is the next person that's going to buy from me. Wrong. They are just simply at that given moment looking for a solution to what they perceive to be the pain point. You might be the solution, you might not be the solution. They don't know. But just as importantly, you don't know. You don't know whether you can actually help them. You don't know whether you want to help them. You don't know if there's a fit there or not. So we really have to change the way that we see this lead. And I think it's just it's the wrong language. You've got someone who is interested to be able to deepen the relationship with you and see whether you have a solution to their problem. That actually is what it is. So just because you have some sort of attraction tool, for our clients, we talk about their attraction tool being their webinar, their masterclass. Because anyone that says, oh, I think that topic is going to solve the pain point of mine is obviously someone who's really interested in getting some sort of help. Now, you don't know what sort of help they want, but it's them putting up their hand, compel, saying, I think that what you're going to talk about or what you have could solve the pain point that I believe I've got. The second C is convince. They have to convince themselves. You can't convince them. You can show them. You can deepen the relationship with them. You can build bond and trust with them, which then helps them to convince themselves. But in essence, you have to allow them to convince themselves that you are the solution that they need. Now, the only way to be able to do that with this lead is to be able to start talking to them, start nurturing them, start adding value to them, start being able to actually collaborate with them so they can see that you have the way to be able to help them. So there are really three distinct sections here. And most people don't even do the first one properly, let alone all three. They see someone who comes in, and whether that is that they submit a form off your website, or whether that is they get your latest guide, watch a video of yours, reply to a comment, whole different sorts of ways that people are raising their hand, compel, to say, maybe what you do or what your service is, what your product is, has a way to make my life better. And I'm sort of interested. And I think you should always take this lead to be like at the lowest end possible of interested. I think that's a great way to think about it. The majority of people think about it the other end, that they're just ready to buy. They're not ready to buy. They've got to go through this whole process, which they don't even know they're going through themselves. Subconsciously, they go through it, where they have to know you, like you, trust you, resonate with you, build a bond with you, understand how you're going to help them. Like there's this whole journey. Now, that doesn't mean that that journey has to take a long period of time, but the journey has to happen. And depending on their priority and how big the pain point is, will depend on how fast they move through that journey. So what we've got to be able to understand here is when a lead comes in, all that means is you now have a person to start deepening the relationship with, to start getting curious with, to start adding value to. And when you see a lead like that, I think then what we do with that person becomes really different. Because a lead does not come in going, oh, I can't wait for you just to be able to go sell, 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 sell to them. Right? Straight away, we think about the dodgy car salesperson. You walk into the lot and they're up there straight away. Oh, what car do you want today? How can I flog you the best deal possible as a car salesperson? Like, that's their mentality. Don't have that mentality. There's one thing that I remember being told really early on. It's just so true. No one likes to be sold to, but we love to buy. And that comes down to that I need to convince myself. As soon as I've convinced myself, I'm buying. So when a lead comes in, it's about how do I nurture and help them convince themselves? What do I need to do? What do I need to provide them? What do I need to show them? And the only way to understand that is by actually getting into conversations with people. You probably hear I talk about all the time. Conversions happen in conversations. It can't be just a matter of, great, you're filled in your details because you wanted our latest ebook or our latest guide or to attend our latest webinar masterclass. Therefore, you must be ready to buy. So therefore, I'm going to send you an email or phone you up and say, hey, do you want to jump on a call so you can see how I can sell to you? Like, just listening to that sounds stupid. Yet, that's what we try to do. And that's why the majority of leads that come into your business, you never do anything with, because you're doing the wrong thing with them. A lead determines when they buy. It could be within a week, could be within days, it could be within months, it could be within years. And the majority of the time, we don't have the patience to do what is necessary to allow that lead what they need to be able to convince themselves and see how you can make their life better. And that's how your thinking needs to be. Oh, great. Someone has come in around me. What do I need to do? Who do I need to be? What questions do I need to ask so I can understand their pain point, what they'd like their pain point to be changed into, and what can I do to be able to make their life better? And I feel when we've got that sort of language, when we've got that sort of thinking, what you do with your leads becomes completely different to what you do right now. And that is just so important if you want to be able to have a high rate of turning leads into clients that you can truly help and make an impact in making their life better. Get out of the just because you're interested, you must be ready to buy mentality. Because all it is doing is shooting you in the foot, because the way you act and the things that you do are completely incorrect to that type of person. Hopefully that's been super helpful. Hopefully it's changed the way that you see or think about leads. The key always is when someone is interested, get curious, create deeper bonds with them. And when you do that, you'll actually understand what it is that they truly need and how you might best be able to help them. And it might not even be you that can help them. You might pass them on to someone else that you know that can help them. But you can't do any of that until you really deepen the relationship with them. Hopefully that's been helpful. Would love to hear any insights, takeaways. Leave it as a comment below if you're watching on YouTube or any of our social platforms. Remember, go find us, Get More Referrals Today. Subscribe every single week. We bring you great ways to be able to grow your business, make a greater impact, and be able to have the business you truly want. Till next week, guys, take care, and I'll speak to you real soon.